For this problem, instead of being given a table of values, we're given two graphs, the graph of f here and the graph of g. And on both graphs, there's a point that's highlighted and a line in red, and that's meant to be the tangent line to that curve. Now, when you encounter this in the homework, the graphs will actually be drawn on graph paper, so there will be grid lines there. You'll be able to calculate the slopes of the tangent lines by just counting out the rise and the run. It was going to be kind of tedious to put the grid lines up on the board here, so what I've done instead is I've simply told you the slope of this tangent line is -1. On the graph of g, the red line is tangent to the curve at the point 2, 1, and the slope of that line is 2. Okay, then we've built this function. K of x is e to the g of, sorry, that should be x, not 2, e to the g of x minus f of g of x. And we're asked to find k prime at 2. Okay, again, I will leave it to you whether you want to pause the video and try this on your own or work through it together. However you do it though, do make sure that you clearly label your work so that it's clear when you're talking about k prime of x, the function, and when you're talking about k prime of 2, the number. All right, so if I calculate k prime of x, here this is a function composition, so that's going to be the derivative of e to the something is e to the something times the derivative of the inside part. Now here, the inside part I didn't have a formula for, I just had a name for it, so I've got a name for the derivative. The name of the derivative of g is g prime. Kind of nice. I'm going to have to go back and evaluate that at 2 in a moment, but I won't have to go back and evaluate the formula for that. Minus, this is also a function composition, so that's going to be f prime at g of x times g prime of x. So now if I want to evaluate this all at 2, I'm going to plug in 2 for each and every one of these x's. So we're going to get e to the g of 2 times g prime of 2 minus f prime evaluated at g of 2 times g prime at 2. All right, so to simplify this, I need to know what g of 2 is. So I look on the graph of g, I see we've got the point 2, 1, so the y value when x is 2 is just 1. So this is going to be e to the first times g prime at 2, that's going to be the slope of this tangent line, that's 2. Minus f prime at g of 2. I'm just going to evaluate one thing at a time. G of 2 we said was 1. I'll come back in the next step and simplify f prime of 1. And then times g prime of 2 we said was 2. So now I need to know what is f prime at 1. So I'm going to come over here and look on the graph of f. Here's the point where the x value is 1. I want the slope of this tangent line, and it looks like that's going to be -1. So, e to the first is just e times 2, that's 2e, minus, we've just said f prime at 1 is -1 times 2, so that's 2e minus a negative is plus. That's going to be 2e plus 2. Excellent.